The night my internet went dark, I didn't know it would end with police lights flashing outside our quiet Canadian townhouse complex. I was sitting at my kitchen table in Mississauga, laptop open, coffee gone cold, waiting to upload the final documents for a federal contract due at midnight. Then the screen froze. The Wi-Fi icon vanished. At first, I felt annoyance. By the end of that night, I felt disbelief, fear, and a strange sense of justice I never expected to experience in my own driveway. I live a simple life. I work remotely for a logistics firm that handles cross-border data compliance between Canada and the US. It's boring to most people, but it pays the bills and lets me stay close to my kids. Our townhouse complex is run by a strict HOA-style condo board, and everyone knows the president, Linda. She's the kind of person who measures grass height with a ruler and leaves passive-aggressive notes on windshields. We'd had small disagreements before, mostly about parking and a satellite dish I installed with proper permits. Nothing that felt dangerous. Earlier that week, Linda had knocked on my door, smiling tightly, telling me that my internet line was unsightly and violated community appearance rules. I calmly explained that it was installed by a licensed technician, approved by the telecom provider, and protected under federal infrastructure regulations. She rolled her eyes and said, "We'll see about that." I didn't think much of it. I should have. When the internet cut out, I went outside with a flashlight. The night air was cold, quiet, almost too calm. Then I saw it. The fiber line running along the shared wall had been cleanly severed. Not damaged by weather. Not chewed by animals. Cut. Intentionally. My stomach dropped. I felt violated, like someone had reached into my home and taken away my livelihood. I knocked on Linda's door. No answer. I called the condo emergency line. Voicemail. Panic set in. That contract wasn't just work, it was tied to my security clearance review. Missed deadlines are not taken lightly. My hands were shaking as I called my internet provider. The technician arrived within the hour and confirmed what I already knew. The line was deliberately cut. He went quiet, then told me something that changed everything. In Canada, tampering with telecommunications infrastructure isn't just vandalism. It's a federal offense. The next morning, I filed a police report. I didn't want drama. I wanted accountability. Officers came, took photos, and spoke to neighbors. One of them quietly told me that a security camera across the lane had captured Linda, wire cutters in hand, wearing her condo board jacket. Hearing that made my chest tighten. This wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a choice. When the police knocked on her door, the entire complex seemed to hold its breath. I watched from my window, feeling a mix of sadness and relief. Linda argued, cried, denied, then fell silent when shown the footage. The officers explained the seriousness of interfering with federally regulated communications. The color drained from her face. She hadn't known. Or worse, she hadn't cared. In the weeks that followed, the board removed her as president. The condo issued a written apology. My internet was restored, and the contract deadline was extended after I provided documentation. But the real resolution wasn't legal or financial. It was emotional. Neighbors started talking to each other again. People stood up at meetings. Rules were rewritten to protect residents, not control them. One evening, Linda approached me as I was taking out the trash. She looked smaller somehow. She apologized, not just for the cable, but for years of intimidation. I accepted it, not because I forgot, but because I didn't want bitterness to win. This experience taught me something powerful. Authority without empathy is dangerous. Silence enables abuse. And even ordinary people, working quietly from their kitchen tables, deserve protection under the law. In Canada, our systems are not perfect, but they are built to defend fairness when we have the courage to use them. My internet came back on. But more importantly, my faith did too. Faith that standing up calmly, legally, and humanly can change more than just a broken cable. It can change a community.